someone say, "Man, I got that dirt cheap"? Well, as a soil scientist, the 2010 Atoka Alumni Association Hall of Fame inductee, Dr. Bob C. Darst, knows the true value of dirt. Bob Darst was born in Atoka County in 1940, at a time when our nation was recovering from the Great Depression. Although his family may not have amassed great wealth, they were able to provide Bob and his siblings with the opportunity to gain a great education. Bob was an outstanding student throughout his elementary and secondary education, never making a grade lower than an A. He credits several of his teachers for his early educational successes. Inez Cooper from Tushka for those elementary years, and in high school, Margaret Hames, Wilson McDonald, and of course, Francine Spring, who was the inspiration and namesake for an academic scholarship that he personally funded after his own graduation. Bob graduated from Atoka High School in 1958 and started college at Oklahoma State University later that fall. He continued his academic excellence and was permitted to take graduate courses as an undergraduate. In 1962, he received his Bachelor of Science degree in Soil Science and 2 years later received his master's degree. In 1966, he became Dr. Bob Darst with his PhD in Soil Chemistry and Physical Chemistry from Auburn University. Following completion of his PhD degree, Dr. Darst was employed by Cities Service Company in Atlanta, Georgia, as staff agronomist in charge of soil testing and plant analysis. He helped to design, build, and then manage the world's first automated computerized high-volume soil testing laboratory. In addition to being a testing lab, he made his facility available to teach others how to adapt and utilize the advanced technology he employed. In 1971, he was promoted to Southwest Regional Manager for CFS. In a period of 2 years, he turned the least profitable region in the CFS system to the most profitable one. And this was just the beginning of his successful career. For the next 15 years, Bob was the Southwest Director for the Potash and Phosphate Institute. During this time, he wrote the Soil Fertility Manual, which has been revised 5 times with more than 25 printings. The manual has been distributed worldwide and is available in numerous other languages, including French, Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish, and several Hindi dialects in India. The National FFA Foundation even adapted the manual for classroom use. Darst's involvement in the soil science community was growing, and his communication skills earned him worldwide respect as both a writer and speaker. He was invited to speak at internationally sponsored meetings in places such as Canada, China, and Australia, just to name a few. During a conference in Australia, he was recognized as the father of modern soil testing. In the 1990s, Dr. Darst was asked to serve on a task force with Al Gore that would identify and implement practices that would reduce non-point source pollution in the U.S. He served as an expert witness on behalf of the fertilizer industry at Senate hearings during the formulation of 2 U.S. farm bills and provided similar testimony at state and regional levels. Although his list of accomplishments goes on and on, perhaps 2 of his most valued successes happened right here in Oklahoma. First, while a student at OSU, Bob frequently came home to Atoka to court and win the hand of Pat Lane, the love of his life and wife of almost 50 years. Their first child, a son, was born in Stillwater, and soon there were 2 little girls added to the family as well. The kids began to grow and start families of their own, and today Bob loves spending time with his precious grandkids. His other Oklahoma accomplishment? In May of 2010, Bob was asked to speak at the graduation ceremony for Atoka High School. This was an opportunity for him to share with the community how they had impacted his life and how grateful he was to be a Wampus Cat. Upon completion of the speech, he watched in amazement as his family, friends, fellow classmates, and new graduates gave him a standing ovation. Another proud moment for the 2010 Atoka Alumni Association Hall of Fame member, Dr. Bob C. Darst.